On the evening of September 22, 2024, the town of Evansville, Indiana, lost one of its most beloved sons. News broke of Clint Keown's passing in a tragic one-car accident, leaving a community stunned and reeling from the loss of a man who had lived so much of his life in the public eye. For years, Clint had been a fixture in local sports, a name that came up in barroom stories and sideline conversations, his legendary athletic feats woven into the very fabric of Evansville's identity. The suddenness of his death at just 44 years old added a cruel twist to the narrative. A man who had spent so much time on the edge of glory, always pushing limits, had met his end far too soon. The official announcement came the morning after the accident, a somber note that resonated deeply with the people who knew him. Friends and family woke to the heartbreaking news that local sports legend Clint Keown had passed away. The family of Evansville's own Clint Keown confirmed his death early Sunday morning, citing a single-car accident the night before. Clint was 44 years old. Evansville mourns the loss of one of its finest. In that moment, Evansville lost more than a sports legend, it lost a piece of its soul. Clint's journey as an athlete began in his hometown of Evansville, where he grew up playing basketball, baseball, and football. His raw athleticism quickly made him a standout at Memorial High School, where he became one of the most versatile athletes in Southern Indiana history. His achievements in high school are legendary. Clint was a two-time first-team All-City and All-Conference selection in baseball, boasting a .504 batting average in his senior year with 15 doubles and 31 RBIs. Basketball was no different, as Clint finished as Memorial's second all-time leading scorer with 1,766 points, second only to Evansville North's Bob Ford. Clint's adaptability extended to football, where, despite not playing until his junior year, he quickly became an all-state wide receiver. His speed, athleticism, and instinct for the game caught the eye of scouts from prestigious programs like the University of Michigan. He was a natural, someone whose raw talent was only outmatched by his competitive drive. Clint's collegiate career began at the University of Evansville, where he played basketball for the Aces. However, his time at UE was cut short by conflicts with head coach Jim Crews. This rocky period in Clint's life tested him in ways that went beyond the basketball court. He transferred to NCAA Division II South Carolina-Aiken, where he flourished. At South Carolina-Aiken, Clint's basketball career skyrocketed, in the nation in scoring during the 2002 season, with an impressive 24.7 points per game. His dominance on the court continued, but his talent wasn't limited to basketball. Clint also made waves in baseball, setting a Peach Belt Conference record with 52 stolen bases in 53 games during the spring of 2003. His speed and athletic prowess led to a free agent contract with the Cincinnati Reds. Despite his talent, Clint stepped away from professional baseball after just one season, citing burnout. He realized that the pressures of the professional game weighed heavily on him, but this was just a pivot for Clint. He wasn't done competing. Chapter 3. Poker, Golf, and the World of High Stakes. Clint found a new stage for his competitive drive poker. After stepping away from professional sports, he turned to high-stakes poker, a world where his mental toughness and strategic thinking would serve him well. He quickly made a name for himself in cash games with celebrities and fellow athletes, often walking away with big wins. One legendary story from 2009 involved a high-stakes prop bet. Clint, always up for a challenge, found himself betting $20,000 that he could make 96 out of 100 free throws while fetching his own rebounds. Known for his unassuming appearance, standing just under 6 feet tall with a wiry frame, Clint didn't look like someone capable of making such a feat, but in typical Clint fashion, he pulled off the bet, winning $40,000 in the process and solidifying his legend in the poker community. Alongside poker, Clint developed a passion for golf. Despite not taking up the sport until his 20s, he competed in the minor league golf tour, quickly proving himself on yet another field of competition. His best performance came at the Martin County Open in 2015, where he finished fourth, earning $800. Like poker, golf became an outlet for Clint's intense drive to compete and excel. Chapter 4. The Keown Legacy. Clint's life was filled with achievements, but his most enduring legacy is perhaps his impact on the Evansville community. Known for his kindness and generosity, Clint gave back in numerous ways, often participating in local charity events and fundraisers. He was a beloved figure both on and off the court, remembered as much for his warm smile and infectious energy as for his athletic and poker prowess. In 2018, Clint was inducted into the Memorial High School Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to his illustrious high school career. He joined a prestigious class of honorees, including some of the best athletes to ever come out of southern Indiana. Clint's impact was also felt deeply in his family. His younger brother Corey passed away in 2016, an event that profoundly shaped Clint's life and worldview. The two brothers had shared a love of sports and the outdoors, and their bond was inseparable. Friends and family recall that even as Clint achieved greatness, he remained grounded by the values instilled in him by his close-knit family. Chapter 5. A life cut short, a legacy that lives on. On the evening of September 22, 2024, Clint's life was tragically cut short in a one-car accident. The news of his death sent shockwaves through the Evansville community and beyond. Clint had lived life on the edge, always pushing boundaries whether in sports, poker, or life itself. His passing marked the end of an era for those who had followed his remarkable journey. Though Clint is gone, his legacy lives on in the stories that are told about him. The trick plays, the high-stakes poker games, and the long, winding golf tournaments that defined his later years. His life, much like the bets he loved to make, was always about going all in, living every moment to its fullest. In Evansville, his name will never be forgotten. It will be spoken in the same breath as the town's most beloved figures, his legend passed down in gymnasiums, at poker tables, and in the hearts of those who knew him.